Chamaui and Gapo, Nutara Wings, Tasha. Today we're going to get into the path of souls, which is called a star myth or cosmology by Western society, but is known as the true way out of the matrix for many indigenous societies, especially in the Americas. So this mythology or cosmology of the path of souls was taught in ancient times in ancient America and eventually went to ancient Kemet, which is in modern day Egypt. So we're going to talk in the perspective of the mound builders, which were in North America, as well as the people of the Yucatan and various places in southern part of North America and Central America, as well as some people in the Caribbean and South America. So according to Peach State Archaeology Society, the Southern ceremonial complex, often known as the Southern Death Cult or the Southern Cult, had a wide-reaching influence across most of eastern United States or the woodland area. Academia claims that it starts in middle woodland in that time period, but it goes back further than that. And it's a part of an ancient religion which has come from America and have gone to other parts of the world. So Peach State says that the Southern ceremonial complex was first defined in 1945 by Antonio Waring and Preston Holder as a series of 4 lists of traits which they categorized as Southeastern ceremonial complex. The concept was of a complex of a specific cult manifestation that originated in the Muskogee speaking people in the southeastern United States. So when they talk about cult, they mean culture. Okay, a society, people who all think and dress the same, eat the same food, have the similar artifacts, etc., etc. Also have the same mythology. Okay, so in popular belief, they believe that the relationship of the Mississippian and mound builders are influenced by Mesoamerica and their close proximity. And we know that from many cultures, and from my personal research and my personal family history of my clan, people from Mesoamerica actually migrated up through the Mississippian area or the Mississippi Valley to other parts of the woodland area. So the beliefs of these people from this so-called Southern culture goes into this path of souls, and a lot of their pottery, their symbolism, a lot of the artifacts have the symbols of this mythology or secret knowledge, so to speak. So in this picture here, you can see the above world or overworld on here. Also, there's the middle world, and then there's the underworld. Okay, so this is where the concept of as above, so below comes into play, but a lot of people leave out the middle world, and that's the belt. Also, that deals with Orion's belt. And we're going to get deep into Orion's belt pretty soon. Okay, so Orion's belt has a very big significance in the mythology and the secret knowledge of these people. Okay, that's not just here, that's also over in Kemet. So the above world or the overworld is where the Thunderbird lives, or the Thunderers. Okay, and that is also related to the sun and sun worship. The overworld Thunderbirds, or the Wakandas, sounds familiar. The Wakandas are going to be very significant once we get further along in this story. So the Thunder world, these are people or beings, better said, these are beings who are a part of the sacred spirit, the Great Spirit. They're directly from them. They're directly a part of it. Okay, we also have the middle world, which is Earth, or the other planets that humans or higher beings live in. And then we have the beneath world or underworld. And the underworld is not necessarily bad. It gets a bad rep. We get the correlation with hell and Satan and all these evil demonic things, but the underworld is not that. So in the indigenous spirituality, we deal with balance. Everything has a balance, okay? But like in the Asian culture, they have yin and yang. Okay, yin is, one of them is white and one of them is black. Okay, those are polarities. This is sacred knowledge, guys. So in order to have good, you have to have evil. It has to be balanced out, okay? If you do something bad, you do something good to make up for it, okay? You do something bad, you apologize, which is something good. These basic things that you learned as children, that is a part of polarity, okay? And you will see the symbolism of polarity, which a lot of people try to associate with being evil, as chessboard or the checkerboard floors, which are black and white. But they just deal with the duality, okay? Meaning that one thing that's evil and one thing is good is really the same thing, just like a human. Nobody's 100% good, nobody's 100% evil, but you want to at least be 50-50, okay, at the very bare minimum, and that's what this is, okay? We would like to be more in the positive, but it doesn't always work out that way, okay? So the people had to form these secret societies here in America to do the rituals to balance things out, okay? They're able to harness the powers of the thunderbirds or the beings in the higher realms to use for healing and medicine and bringing balance to the earth, okay? They also work with the underworld beings as well. See, the underworld beings usually help with death in the process. Underworld beings would help lead people into the right path, okay? And this goes into the path of the souls. So the Thunderbirds were supernatural beings or people who are possessed by the Thunderbird or have the Thunderbird as their spirit animal, okay? So those are the Wakandas, okay? They also call them Hayokas in the Siouan cultures as well. So a lot of these things, y'all see Black Panther, all these things. So Black Panther is he's basically symbolism for people who are under the Thunderbird as their spirit animal, people who are called to certain energy. So these would be your spiritual people, spiritualists, medicine people, conjurers, priesthood, etc., people who are part of secret societies or who practice these healing techniques or these spiritual techniques on their own. So some of the reoccurring themes in the mythology about the Path of Souls are the Cygnus constellation, which looks like a celestial bird of the northern sky. For example, in American Indian or Indigenous American spirituality, that would be the eagle, the falcon, the turkey, or the turkey vulture. Now within Kemet, you will also see this eagle. You'll see this eagle, and it's usually blue. You'll also see the falcon heads, and you see that turkey vulture that is on top of the pharaoh's headpiece or crown that's sitting beside the snake. Okay, so that is the recurring theme. Also, the constellation of Orion. Now, the Orion is the great hunter, and you'll see him with a bow and arrow, and he's kneeling and he's shooting off an arrow. Orion was a hand, also in the symbology, and the third constellation stars that are in his belt was the wrist to this hand, and it's hanging down, and it has an eye in the middle of the palm. A lot of people are familiar with the evil eye. It also has another meaning to that eye in the palm. So in this picture here, this is an artifact that was found in Moundville, Alabama, which are part of the Mississippian mound builder culture, the Southern cult, as they call it, Southern culture. So you see two carved polished stone pendants, And the longest one on the left is 4 inches in length. Both depict the eye in the hand symbol, okay, which is the Great Rift, and that's in Orion. And the Ogi symbol inside the concentric circles, okay. This is from the Bureau of American Ethnology right here. We're about to get into what an Ogi is. Now, an Ogi is a split or opening in the fabric of reality, okay. But it's like a portal or some type of gateway to other realms, okay, and it lets people get in and lets people get out of the realm. So this is dealing with the physical reality, which is matter or carbon, I guess, carbon base or dark matter, right? So this is a split in reality, and this is what the secret society, or the priesthood and the conjurers of that society use. So now I ask the question, do you know the way? Do you know the way out of the matrix for good? Okay, so a lot of people who have spoken about this only speak about it from the Egyptian or Kemetic point of view. So we're going to talk about it from the North American Indian point of view or Indigenous American point of view, okay? So I'm dealing with that. That would include the islands and South America and Central America, okay? So most of this information originated in the Central America area anyways, okay? So let's get into it. So in this death cult or culture, it's really about using the Ogi, that symbolism or that energy, as basically, if you look at it, it looks kind of like a compass, or even a swastika. You can see that in there, right? And even the medicine wheel, you can see all these symbolisms that, on top of that eye in the palm or evil eye symbolism. So I'm not going to have you hang in for too long. I'm just going to cut to the chase because I know that's all y'all want to hear anyways. Y'all want to know, what is the way? Okay, so the way, according to this Southern ceremonial complex, or the Mississippian Southern death culture, is that once the body dies, actually, the soul could gain access to the Milky Way after an initial journey that took it west to the edge of the Earth's disk. It would wait until the hand was spotted low in the western sky moments before dawn. Then the soul would make a jump to a stargate, the Ogi in the hand constellation, which is Messier 42 and 42 in the Sword of Orion. On the Milky Way, the soul rides it like a celestial highway to reach the God realm in the afterlife. This is the path of the souls. It swings down south and then north until it forms a fork in the road. Cygnus Rift, or the Great Rift, is that fork in the road. It creates two different twin streams of stardust and space rocks on the universal plane that starts at Cygnus, called the Northern Cross, and continues to Sagittarius and Scorpius or Scorpio, indicating one of the two places that the sun's path cross at the galactic stream. At the fork, the soul encounters Deneb, the bright star of Cygnus. In American Indian spirituality, Deneb is represented as Thunderbird, a sacred raptor bird that is the lord of the upper world. Thunderbird is the judge of the dead and sees whether it is predominantly good or bad. Okay, so Thunderbird is the one that actually judges your soul. Now, you can know the way all you want to, but the bad souls would take another path to be reincarnated or to be destroyed by the underworld feathered serpent or water panther if it's inherently evil. Okay, so even if you know this way and you get there, you're going to be judged. And if you do more bad than good, then it doesn't matter if you know the way. You're coming right back here. All right, if you can be rehabilitated. And if you can't be rehabilitated and you're just purely evil, you're going to be destroyed. Okay, this is the road to hell or oblivion. If it is judged as without sin or excessive bad deeds, the soul is allowed to pass across a bridge that connects north to south of the galactic stream to the afterworld or the real world, quote unquote. This is where it unites with ancestors, power animals, and higher spiritual beings like angels. Now, this lore is very similar to the sky religion of Kemet, with the same Thunderbird judging whether the heart is lighter than a feather or not. I know more people are more familiar with being the scales being judged if your soul is lighter than a feather. Okay, except that in the sky religion, their destroyer or the being in charge of the reincarnation of souls is a hippo crocodile symbolizing the Draco constellation. So there you have it. It's that simple. That is the way. Okay. So to recap it, right? Your soul is going to go through the Oki. It's going to use the Oki to split through reality, through the Milky Way. Okay. Before that, you're going to go to the western edge of the Earth's disk. And it's going to wait until the hand is spotted low in the western sky, which is the Messier 42. That is the sword of Orion. Okay, then it's going to ride the Milky Way towards the fork in the road. Okay, and that's the Cygnus Rift. All right, and also called the Northern Cross. And as it continues to Sagittarius and Scorpio, indicating the two places that the sun's path cross in the galactic stream, at the fork is going to encounter Deneb, and that's the bright star of Cygnus. Okay, that's going to be at the top of the cross. And Deneb represents the Thunderbird. Okay, and that's an American Indian and also in Kemetic society. And Thunderbird is going to judge whether you are good or bad. Okay, and if you're bad, you're trash. You're going to be destroyed like trash. Or Thunderbird might give you another time, another chance to rehabilitate yourself, and then you're going to be sent back to Earth or wherever planet you're from to reincarnate. Now, if you're good, and if this is your last time and it's over, you don't get to come back, you don't learn all your lessons, Thunderbird is going to let you cross the bridge that connects the north to the south of the galactic stream into the afterlife or the quote-unquote real world. This is the realm of the ancestors, of the power animals, the higher beings, the angels, without pain, worry, all that stuff, okay? Without paying bills, okay? You're going to be up there chilling on the clouds or whatever, right? If you're worthy. Now, okay, so now that you know the way, it's time for you to get straight so you will be judged properly, all right? And that is all down to you. It's not nobody else going to be saving you, all right? None of that stuff is down to you. Okay, so you got to get your soul right. You got to get your life right. You can't be selling out, right? And, can't be doing things that are immoral or against your own moral compass, all right? And that's not within society's view of what's moral, okay? It's not based on people's own limited religious persecutions and views of them demonizing certain people who don't live like them or look like them. It's down to how you feel about yourself, right? How you treat yourself and the people around you, how you treat your environment, how you live your life. Do you live your life with purpose? Do you live your life to help others? Okay? Do you live your life to help yourself? A lot of people out here trying to help everybody else while they, pull people out of the water and they end up drowning. So you really got to look at this thing. You got to look at your soul. You got to get your soul right, okay, and get prepared. So, hey, the ancestors gave me this knowledge to give y'all. They wanted me to put this out so y'all know the way how to get there, to get where they are. This is the ancestors who are good enough to get there and know the way, right? So it's all down to you to pass the test, right? So I really appreciate everyone checking this video out. Please let me know what you think. Is there other mythologies, quote unquote, other views of other cultures that are a little different than this? Are there other ways you believe? This is the main path of the souls that a lot of people follow, who follow ancient Kemet. That's including those other societies in Europe. They follow ancient Kemet, if y'all don't know that, as well as the people in the Americas. All right. So let me know below. Ask me any questions. Please like, share this video. This is one of the most important videos you're ever going to see. Unless you'd like to come back here or be burnt up in oblivion. Unless you want that to happen to you. And, this is just the beliefs of these ancient people. These are indigenous beliefs. So y'all can believe what you want to, but don't say that I ain't tell you. So please share this video out. It's so important. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that gray bell button so you can get updates and you can get notifications for when the next videos are coming out. All right. Please check out adinaacademy.com. We have more classes over there dealing with the woodland culture, the Powhatan language, genealogy, and we're going to be having our Indigenous American spirituality class coming out soon. So you're going to get more information like this. I'm going to continue to make more videos like this, unless y'all don't want to hear it. Just let me know below, okay? And in the Powhatan language, to say goodbye, we say Ana. So, Ana. Please go to urbanindianheritagesociety.org to support the petition for misclassified American Indians. We need 100,000 signatures to get this act on the floor. So sign and let's make history.